Hi all. Good afternoon. In yesterday's session, we have seen about views, right? And now I'm going to share my screen. Please let me know if it is visible. Hope my screen is visible. Okay, good. So in yesterday's session, we have seen about views, right? So views are nothing but it is a visual table that are based on the result set of SQL query. And it provide also we have seen it provide the simplified view of underlying data, right? And it will not store any kind of data, right? Any kind of data on itself. It shows only the definition, right? And we have seen, right? And also one more thing about the views are also it provides a level of security um, by limiting the rows and columns that the user can able to see, right? These are all the some of the things, and we have created views and sample views, right? And also we have seen what is the disadvantage, right? View does not have its own index, and also queries that used by view may be slower than directly accessing, right? So these are all some of the things we have seen about the views, right? And also we have seen how to drop the view and everything. Now, in today's session, what we are going to see is updatable views. So, we have already seen how to update the table, right? So, but views, with respect to the views, if it is a physical table, we can able to update it easily, right? So, what is mean by update? Update an existing data or insert something new and delete. So these are all some of the modifications, some of the operations which we can able to do it in our physical table, right? But with respect to the view, of course we can able to edit, right? Of course we can able to update and insert and delete, but only with certain condition we can able to do that. Okay, if that particular view met that certain conditions, then we can able to do the changes in that view. So let us see what are all the conditions, and also see here with the check options, with condition and everything we are going to see in today's session. Okay, so if you have any doubts so far with respect to the views and or any doubts, you can put it in the chat box. Okay, I'll try to clear all your doubts. so so here is an syntax for the views. Okay, so create view. So here is the create view, updatable view as select column 1, column 2, like that. So this is a normal query. Okay, so this is a normal query which we are going to use, and it should contain one base table and with the check option. I will come to this point. Okay, I'll come to this point in some time. We are going to see with how to implement with checkpoint also we are going to see. Okay, so this is the view, right? This is the normal view which we have created. But what is the updatable view, which means this is the view which I have created, and here I'm going to update this. Okay, here I'm going to update this using the update query. Okay, using the update class and insert into delete. So all these things we are going to do it with respect to the view on the view. Okay, so I will give you one simple example. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I will give you one. What is this? This is yesterday's MCQ. Okay. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to see one simple example. I'm going to create one view and I'm going to do some insert operation, update operation and delete operation on that view. Okay. So here I'm going to do create view. Okay. So this is a key. This is the class which used to create the view. Create view is a keyword. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some insert and update operations on the view. So for that, I'm going to keep the name as insert. We will try to insert something, some new item. Okay, we will try to insert some new item in this item master. Okay, we will try to insert. Just a minute. So what we are going to do is we are going to insert one new item. Okay, one new item in this item master. Okay, so in this item master table. So that is what we are going to do. So I'm going to create a view. Okay, with respect to this item master, I'm going to create a view and I'm going to insert through that view. Okay, so that we are not going to insert directly with respect to that table. We are not going to insert directly to the item master. So I'm going to create a view and after that I'm going to insert. So what is the use of creating such things, right? So for example, if I can able to restrict, right? So if this particular person, okay, this the for the manager, okay, for the person in the manager level can able to access all these columns, all this everything, or all these tables, but the person who is in the next level, okay, we can able to restrict, or with some with respect to some user we can able to restrict, okay, by creating the view, right? So for example, if I'm having some person details like a name, address, his email and also password, right? Okay, so we are having such details in table. So by creating the view with respect to these three column, okay, view with respect to these three columns alone, okay, this table can able to see by the manager level or programmer, or so in this level they can able to, but for the user what I'm going to do is, but for general user or tester or anyone else, I can able to restrict their roles. Okay, so how to restrict, how to grant privilege, everything we will see in the upcoming sessions. Just try to understand what is the use of view. Okay, this thing for the users. Okay, so I'm restricting to view the password. Okay, user unable to see the password by creating the view. So by after creating the view, he can able to select or filter or do anything with respect to this view. Okay, and also he can able to insert or do any kind of operation if he is having that privilege. Okay, so creating privileges, grant permission to some tables, some columns, and everything, I will tell you in the upcoming session. So for now, this is the use of main use of view, and also for the complicated queries. Okay, if the query is having much more complicated, so if I want to reuse and if I want to execute that particular query for a daily base or on an hourly base, so I can able to create the view. And while running that view, I don't want to run all the queries. Okay, I don't want to run all the queries. Just by running the view, okay, just by running the view, select star from item summary. Like that, I can able to run that query instead of running all the queries. Okay, so that is also an advantage we have already seen. right? So I'm just recollecting the things. Okay, I'm just trying to recollect the things. Okay, now here we are going to create one view, item, item master, item ID. So I want to, sorry. So here I have created one view. So what I want is I want to select item ID, right? So I want to select item and item group. So let me see the item underscore group. Okay, item underscore group, right? And the next thing is rate and what else? UOM, right? UOM. So all these things. I didn't restrict anything from the item master. So I have selected all those things from item item master table. So here I have created one simple view, right? With respect to the item master, I have created one simple view. And here select star from, see here what name I'm going to give. This is the view name, right? And next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert one new insert one new item. Okay, insert into. So what is the name of the view? This is the name of the view, right? So through this view, I'm going to insert. Okay, because for example, this item master table restricted to the manager. Okay, restricted to the user level. Only manager and programmer can able to access. So for example, these are the roles name. Okay, these are all some roles name and they have restricted and they have created on view. Okay, so in that particular view I can able to do all these operations. That is the meaning. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert everything. Okay, going to insert one new thing, values. So for example, for now we are having up to 26, right? So I'm going to enter 27. So what product we are having, which pulses, oil items. Okay, we will try to include milk. Okay, so what is the item? So for example, milk one. Item group, it comes under milk, general item. So or else Avin milk, anything. Okay, Arogya milk, Avin milk. So this is the item and it comes under the milk group, right? So general group name is milk. So what is the rate? I will keep it as a 45. Okay, 45 is the rate. What is the unit of measure? Liter, right? So that's it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert. So first thing what I have did, I have created one view. Okay, simply I have created one view. SQL. Okay, I didn't open PSQL. Okay, okay. Now I'm going to connect it with our database. /c num db class. Okay, so I'm trying to increase the font. Hope this looks good. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just copying and creating the view. So the view has been created. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert. Okay, I'm going to do the insert operation. Now you can see here I have inserted one new item. So you have to be very, very careful while doing the updatable view because it directly enters, okay, while inserting, it directly enters into the base table. Okay, through the view, you are touching the base table called as item master. Okay, so you have to be very, very careful while dealing with the updatable view. Okay, so based on the restrictions and everything, you have to proceed. So what we did is we did a simple insert operation in the view. So now select star from. Now I'm going to see the view. You can see the new item got updated. So you can ask what happens to the base table. This is a view. What happens to the base table? Of course, it got updated in the base table only. You can see here. This is the base table, right? So you have to be very, very careful while doing the insertion in the view. Okay. So because it got updated in the base table, unless until they have given. So for now, this item master, with respect to this item master, they have given permission to access. There is no restriction. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to perform some update operation. Update, update into what? Update into the view, right? What I'm going to update? Set, for example, the milk rate got increased. Okay, we will take it as milk rate got increased. So the rate is 50. Okay, where I want to update for all the milk. Okay, so I'm taking the item group. Okay, so for all the milk product, I'm going to update the rate. So this is what I'm going to do. So that's it. So update, this is the view name. Set, so this is like a normal updation operation which you are doing for the table. Okay, so for normal table, what you did, update the table name, set what column you are going to change the rate. So rate equal 50 with some condition. So the same thing we are going to proceed with the um, view also. So you can see it got updated. Now I'm going to check the base table. Of course, it got updated in the base table also. Okay. So now you can perform the delete operation also. Delete, delete from. So what is the syntax? Delete from table name and condition. Right. This is also a normal. What are all the operations? What are all the insert, update, delete operations you perform in the normal table? You can do it in the views also. Okay. Right. So that's all. So now the milk will got deleted. See, so it reflects in the base table also. Okay, so now you can see there is no milk. So this is how we can able to do the updatable view. But these are all can be done with certain conditions only. I have did with some certain conditions. Okay, I will explain you what are those conditions now. Okay, so we have created on view and we have updated and did everything, but with some conditions only we can able to achieve this. What are all the conditions? Which means the first condition is the view must have the single table. You can see here I have taken only the single table, right? I didn't do any join operation. I didn't do any aggregate function or group by operation, right? I didn't do any union or any operations like that, right? So any join operations is not allowed while creating the view. Then only you can update that. So please keep this in your mind while doing the updatable view. When you are going to update some view, so what you are going, what is the first condition? it should not contain any join. So it should contain only one base table, not more than that. And it should not contain any, see, like this. So this consists of the some join operation we have performed, right? And also with some aggregate functions and everything we performed, right? While viewing this, while processing this view, we have did some filtering and selection operation and grouping operation. That's it. We didn't update anything. We didn't insert any new things, right? We didn't delete any items from that, right? So it is also not possible. Okay. So if you are going to update some view, then it should contain only one table, not with any join. So that is the first condition. And second condition is it should not contain any grouping or aggregate function, like some average or anything like that. Okay. So this is the condition. You need to keep this in your mind. Okay. So for example, okay, we have already created this view, right? I'm taking this. Okay. Or else we have already seen some simple join operation yesterday, right? Okay, we will take this. Okay, we will take this. Okay, with the condition. So these are all the conditions we are going to see now. So here I have created one view. Is called as invoice details. Okay, so it consists of invoice details, some columns from the invoice details and some columns from the invoice master and some columns from the item master. Now what I'm going to do is, okay, now after creating this view, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some update operation. Update this view name. Okay, set. Now what I'm going to set is I want to change the item. Okay, so I want to change the item. Set item equal to oil 8. Okay, so up to what we have, 1 2 3 4 only, right? I want to set the item oil with the condition, okay, where this oil should be like 2. So for this 2, okay, I'm going to change it as an 8. So this is the condition which I'm going to perform. Let us see we can able to perform it or not. Otherwise, it will raise an error, right? So here you can see we have created one view, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some update operation on the view. You can see cannot update the view. See, it is clearly telling, it is clearly, very clearly telling view does not select from the single or view are not automatically updated. So does not select from it, it doesn't comes from the single table, right? This particular thing doesn't come from the single table. I have joined 3 tables, right? So I have joined 3 tables. We can able to update by providing and trigger or any function instead. Okay, so instead of doing update operation, we can do some trigger operations to update this. Unless until I cannot able to update this thing normally. So this is the one which I have mentioned it as a condition, right? This is the first condition. Okay, so I cannot able to insert, I cannot able to delete, or I cannot able to do any kind of update operation when the view is when the view consists of more than one table with the join operation, right? That is the important point. You need to keep it in your mind. Okay, while doing the updatable view. So this is the condition. Similarly, you cannot do insert or delete. Any kind of operation are restricted, right? All these three operations are restricted when you are having any join or any operations like this. We have already did this, right? This kind of aggregation function or group by, it will not allow. So this is the condition. We need to keep it in your mind. Okay. So now next thing what we are going to, so we have seen two topics, how to create a simple, a single table view, okay, and how to do insertion, updation and deletion operation in it. And the next thing is with respect to the condition, right? What condition? We cannot able to do these kind of update, delete, insert or any operation if it is, if the table of the view is having join or any aggregate function or group by or anything. So these are the two things we have seen, right? So the next thing what we are going to see is with the check option class. Okay, with the check option class. So now what I'm going to do is now I will take the same table. Okay, I'm going to create the view. So we have already having this view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this view, or I will create one new view. Okay, with check. Okay, view. So this is the new thing I'm going to create. Okay, so this is the new view which I'm going to create with the check option. Okay, so just watch it. I'm going to give some condition. So with the check option is nothing but this class ensure that any update or insert made to the view, okay, any update or insert made to the view must satisfy the conditions specified in the var class, which means it will monitor. See here, now I am going to give one condition, okay, where what condition I'm going to give is, okay, I will take this insert also. Okay, after creating this view, I will do the insert. Okay, okay, I will take that milk part. Already exists. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert. Okay, one thing got inserted. So now what I'm going to do is, you can see here, I will do the update also. Okay, so the now the current rate of the milk is 45. Sorry, 50. I have updated, right? I have inserted it as a 45 and updated, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some create a view with the check operation. So where um, item group, okay, item group equal to milk. So what I'm going to give is, so the what are all the items under the item group as milk, it rate should it all the milk rate should be equal to 50 only. Okay, not more than that or not less than that. Okay, so what I'm going to give is with check option. So if like this, I'm going to give. So with this condition, okay, with this condition, what it will check for each and every time if I do any update or insert operation, okay, this with the check option will check whether this rate is equal to 50. Here I have given one condition. For all the item group milk, the rate should be 50. Okay. If I'm going to enter some new item group as a milk and its rate is, for example, 51 or 52, it will not allow. It will not allow. Okay. I will show you. See here, I have created one new view. Okay. What is that view? With the check option. With the check option, if the item group name is milk and the rate is 50, this check option will check whether this two condition met or not. It will not allow you to enter the rate which is greater than 50. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to update. Okay. So now I'm going to update the rate as 55. Okay. For this one, with respect to this view, let us check whether it is allowing me. You can see here, it is not allowing me to enter. Why? Because I have given this check option. Okay, my all the item group, okay, with the name of milk should be equal to, the rate should be equal to 50 only. Okay. If the milk rate here I have entered is 55, it will not allow. It should be equal to 50. If I am entering it 45, that also it will not allow. See here, the new, it clearly it's telling new row violates the check option. Violates the check option. You can see here, this is the check option we have given. It violates the check option. So it will not allow you to enter. So this is why we are using the updatable view with the check option. This is the reason. Okay. If you want to, okay, if you want to create a view, okay, if you want to create a view where that ensures that any update or insert made to the view must satisfy this condition, okay, must satisfy this particular condition, then you need to use this check option. Okay. So this check option, when you created a view with this check option, it always, okay, it always ensure that this particular condition met or not while doing update or insert with respect to this view. Okay, that is why we are using the check option. Okay, hope you guys understood all these things. So in today's session, what we have seen, the first thing is how to create an updatable view. And the second thing is we have created one simple table, simple normal table without any joins, right? So we did some update, insert and delete, and we have seen that it got updated in the base table itself. So you have to be very, very careful while using the updatable views. Okay. And the next thing is we have seen some conditions, right? We created one view with the respect with the aggregate function, group by, and also with the joins. It will not allow, right? We try to do some insert operation and update operation. The error raised, right? With respect to the join, right? And also we have created one view with respect to with the check option. What this with the check option did, it tried to ensure that any update insert happens in the view and it should satisfy this where condition, right? It restrict also, right? If we try to enter, if we try to violate this where condition in this view, it restrict, right? And we have seen how it got restricted. And also one more thing we need to see is just I'll try to enter. Okay. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to see I have created one view with respect to the item master, right? The same thing I'm going to do it with an invoice detail. We have seen that if it is having only one, okay, if it is having only one table, then there is no problem. We can able to enter like that we have seen, right? But what if when I am going to enter in invoice details, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one queue with respect to invoice details, okay? And I'm trying to insert in that invoice details, okay? So with respect to the view, it will create no problem. Value and what else? Quantity, item ID, okay. Item ID, quantity. So, okay. Then rate invoice ID, LNB ID, comma. So these are all the columns, right? Already we are having rate, right? And quantity. So these are all the columns we are having in the invoice details. Item ID, invoice, rate, quantity, value. Okay. So what we are going to do is, okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the view. Okay. Without any problem, it will create the view. I will show you. See here, without any problem, the view got created. But what if I'm going to enter, okay, I'm going to insert anything inside the invoice details. Of course, it meets the condition, right? Of course, meets the all the condition. This is a single table, right? This is a single table. We didn't use any group by or anything. Okay. So let me show you. It will not going to enter. And I will tell you the reason also. Just a minute. I'm just trying to insert something inside. Okay. So invoice details, comma, 23, comma, uh, quantity, quantity is 45, and what else? Rate, right? So rate, for example, 243, and value, then 234,234,0. Okay, this is the thing which we are going to enter inside the invoice details. So I have created the view, and now using that view, I'm going to insert some details. Okay, in the directly in the invoice details. Okay, now you can see we can able to enter some values inside the invoice details, because 27 and 23 are the values which we are having already. You can see here we are having the invoice details as a 27, and also 23 we are having. What if, okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter something which is not inside. I will try to enter. Okay, you can see here, you can see here, now I am unable to enter the new value. Okay, you can see here I'm unable to enter some new value inside this invoice details. Now in this master table I can able to enter one new value, right? 27, like that. This is a new value to the master table. But in this invoice details depends on the master table is called as invoice master and item master. If I try to enter something new, okay, if I try to enter something new with respect to the ID, right? If I try to enter something new with respect to the ID, because this ID is in the relationship for primary key, foreign key relationship with the invoice details. I- if I try to enter something new, okay, in this invoice details, then it will not allow, because the primary key foreign key constraint, you can see here, it violates the foreign key constraints, right? It violates the foreign key constraint with respect to the item ID. So this 235 is a new value which I am unable to enter because it is not present inside the item master, right? So if I try to enter in the invoice details, it will not allow. So the same thing, what are all the things, what are all the restrictions we are seeing in the normal table, the view, this kind of a primary key foreign key relationship, right? With respect to the primary key foreign key relationship, the same thing applicable to the view also. So that is a one more point I need to add at this time. Okay. You have to keep this in your mind. So this is the failure case. Case with respect to primary key, foreign key. Okay. If you are going to enter some new values in the um, uh, which means transaction table, you have to be very careful. Okay. With respect to the master table only, it will allow you to enter the new values. If you try to enter any new values with respect to the IDs, then it will not allow. Okay. So that is the one thing which I need to mention here. Okay. So we will go to the some exercise. I'm going to give you some exercise and poll questions now. Okay, we will stop the recording.